Have you ever heard of Project Redsun? It's a conspiracy theory that suggests NASA and the Soviet Union secretly sent astronauts to Mars in the late 1960s or early 1970s. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, Leanne, that sounds crazy, and on the surface it does. But when you start digging into it, man, there are some wild details that make you wonder. This isn't just some fringe theory either. We're talking about whispers of top-secret missions, alleged cover-ups, and even rumors of ancient civilizations on Mars. I mean, we're talking about the possibility that we've been lied to about the true history of space exploration. So, buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the rabbit hole of Project Redsun. We're going to break down the key elements of this theory, examine the alleged evidence, and try to figure out if there's any truth to this mind-blowing idea. So, who were these supposed astronauts who went on this top-secret mission to Mars? Well, the theory claims that some of the biggest names in space exploration were involved. Guys like Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Yeah, the same dudes who supposedly walked on the moon. Now, think about that for a second. These are the guys we all grew up idolizing, the heroes who made history by venturing into the unknown. But what if there's more to the story? What if their lunar landing was just a cover? A way to distract from the even more audacious mission they were secretly undertaking? And it gets even wilder. The theory also claims that Elliot C., an astronaut who tragically died in a plane crash in 1966, was also part of Project Redsun. Now, I know what you're thinking. Joe, you can't just throw a dead astronaut into the mix and call it evidence. And you're right, I can't. But it definitely adds to the intrigue, doesn't it? Think about it. A secret mission, a tragic death, and the possibility that the truth has been buried for decades. It's like something out of a Hollywood movie. But hey, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, right? We're talking about the potential for a massive cover-up, one that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about the space race and our place in the universe. I mean, if they were willing to lie about something as big as a secret Mars mission, what else might they be hiding from us? It's enough to make you question everything you've ever been told, right? But before we get too carried away, let's take a step back and look at the alleged mission itself. Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, that Project Redsun was real. How the hell did they pull it off? I mean, we're talking about sending humans to another planet, and not just any planet. Mars. This is the red planet, people. Millions of miles away. It's not like hopping on a plane and flying to Vegas for the weekend. Well, according to the theory, the US and the Soviet Union, in the midst of the Cold War, decided to put their differences aside and secretly join forces. Yeah, you heard that right. They buried the hatchet, pooled their resources, and created spacecraft capable of making the long journey to Mars. It sounds crazy, right? But remember, this was a time of intense technological advancement. We were sending men into space left and right. The theory suggests that the reason for this unlikely collaboration was twofold. First, it allowed them to avoid public scrutiny. Imagine the media frenzy if the world knew about this. And second, it helped them sidestep any international tensions that might arise from one country getting to Mars first. So, they built their secret spacecraft, assembled their team of elite astronauts, and launched a covert mission to Mars, right under everyone's noses. It's like something out of a spy thriller, with whispers of secret underground facilities and clandestine meetings between top scientists. I mean, think about the logistics of it all. The planning, the resources, the technology required to pull this off. It's mind-boggling. And if it's true, it paints a whole new picture of what governments are capable of when they put their minds to it. It makes you wonder, what else might they be hiding from us? What other secrets are lurking in the shadows? Alright, so we've talked about the astronauts who might have been involved and the possibility of a top-secret mission. But is there any actual evidence to support this crazy theory? Well, that's where things get really interesting. Around 2011, a series of videos surfaced online that supposedly showed grainy footage of Mars from a spacecraft. These videos, which quickly became known as the Redsun videos, sent shockwaves through the conspiracy theory community. I mean, could this be the smoking gun? The proof that Project Redsun was real? The videos themselves are pretty blurry and hard to make out. You see what looks like the surface of Mars, some strange rock formations, and even what some people believe are artificial structures. It's like watching a found footage horror movie, except instead of ghosts, we're talking about the possibility of finding evidence of extraterrestrial life. Of course, the scientific community dismissed the videos as hoaxes, most likely created by some clever CGI artists with too much time on their hands. And to be honest, most of them do look pretty fake. But there are a few that are harder to explain, a few that make you wonder if maybe, just maybe, there's something more to them. I'm not saying I believe the videos are real, but I am saying that they're intriguing and they add another layer of mystery to the already bizarre story of Project Redsun. What if someone out there, someone who had access to classified information, decided to leak this footage to the public? What if they couldn't live with the lies anymore and felt the world deserved to know the truth? Chapter 4. Decoding Redsun missions and code names. One of the things that makes Project Redsun so fascinating is the level of detail that conspiracy theorists have come up with. I mean, we're not just talking about a vague idea of a secret Mars mission. They've got mission names, code names, and even a supposed timeline for the whole operation. The missions are often referred to as Redsun Mission 1, 2, and so on, with each mission supposedly having a specific objective. Some say they were trying to establish a permanent base on Mars, while others believe they were sent to install some kind of advanced technology. And then there are the code names, man. These guys love their code names. They talk about things like Project Horizon and Alternative 3, which, by the way, was a real British documentary from the 70s that claimed humans were secretly colonizing space. It freaked people out so much that the TV network had to come out and say it was a hoax. But some people believe it was a cover story for the real deal. So you've got these missions, these code names, and this whole mythology surrounding Project Redsun. It's like a giant puzzle, and the conspiracy theorists are convinced they're putting all the pieces together. Is it all a bunch of BS? Probably. But is it fun to think about? Absolutely. I mean, who doesn't love a good conspiracy theory, right? Especially one that involves space travel, secret missions, and the possibility that we're not alone in the universe. Chapter 5. Silenced. Whistleblowers and cover-ups. Now, if Project Redsun was real, you got to ask yourself, why would they keep it a secret? I mean, wouldn't it be the biggest news in human history? Well, according to conspiracy theorists, the answer is simple control. They believe that NASA and the US government have actively suppressed knowledge of Project Redsun, and they point to a number of supposed whistleblowers who have come forward over the years claiming to have inside information. These whistleblowers, often former NASA employees or contractors, claim to have seen things, heard things that point to a massive cover-up. They talk about secret files, doctored images, and even threats from government agents to keep quiet. One of the most common claims is that NASA has much more information about Mars than they're letting on. They say that the rovers we've sent to Mars, the ones sending back all those cool pictures, have actually captured evidence of alien structures and artifacts, but that NASA is keeping it under wraps. They argue that the government doesn't want us to know the truth because it would cause widespread panic and chaos. They say they're trying to protect us from ourselves. But protect us from what? That's the question, isn't it? Are they hiding the existence of alien life? Are they hiding the fact that we're not alone in the universe? Or are they hiding something even more sinister? Chapter 6. The Red Planet's Secrets. What did they find? Okay, so let's say for the sake of argument that Project Redsun was real and that the government has been covering it up all these years. The big question is, what did they find on Mars? Well, the conspiracy theorists have a few different ideas about that. Some believe that Project Redsun uncovered evidence of ancient civilizations on Mars. They point to strange structures and formations on the planet's surface that they say look like ruins of cities and temples. Others believe that the mission found proof of current life on Mars, maybe even intelligent life. They talk about strange lights in the Martian sky, unexplained movements on the surface, and even rumors of contact with extraterrestrial beings. And then there are those who believe that Project Redsun was never about finding life on Mars at all. They say it was about something far more sinister, something that the government is desperate to keep hidden from the public. What that something is, no one knows for sure. But the theories range from secret weapons tests to genetic experiments to even the possibility that they found something on Mars that could threaten all of humanity. It's enough to keep you up at night, right? The idea that there are secrets hidden on that red planet. Secrets that could change everything we thought we knew about ourselves and our place in the universe. So, there you have it. The Project Redsun conspiracy theory in all its weird and wonderful glory. While there's no verified evidence to back up these claims, the Project Redsun conspiracy theory continues to captivate the imagination of many. It's a story full of intrigue, mystery, and the possibility that there's more to our world than meets the eye. Is it true? Probably not. But is it fun to think about? Absolutely. What do you think? Could there be some truth to it? Or is it just another wild story? Let us know in the comments.